Hey, what's up, everybody? Imagine this, it's December 31st, 2026. You look in the mirror and you barely recognize the person staring back, not because you've changed your hair or lost weight, but because you've leveled up your mindset, your habits, your energy, and your entire life so completely that the old you feels like a distant memory. The struggles, the doubts, the procrastination, gone. Replaced by confidence, purpose, and results you never thought possible. What if I told you that version of you is closer than you think? Today, I'm breaking down exactly how to become unrecognizable in 2026, the best, most unstoppable version of yourself. Let's dive in. Okay. Let's dive into the very first thing you need to do if you truly want to become unrecognizable in 2026. This is the foundation. Everything else builds on this. It's not about working harder, grinding more hours, or casing the next hack. It's about rewriting your identity, becoming the person who succeeds automatically. Right now, most of you are operating from an old version of yourself. You have this internal story about who you are. Maybe you see yourself as the person who's always been a little lazy, or the one who starts things but never finishes, or the one who's just not disciplined enough. Or maybe you tell yourself you're bad with money, or you're not the type who can wake up early, or you're just not confident in social situations. Whatever that story is, you've been living it for years. And here's the truth, your brain believes it, your actions follow it, your results prove it. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But what if I told you that story isn't real? It's not who you are, it's who you've decided to be up until this point. And the most powerful thing you can do starting today is decide to become someone entirely new. See, high achievers don't wait to feel motivated. They don't wait until they have the perfect plan. They don't force themselves to act like successful people. They simply become successful people in their minds first. And once they believe they are that person, the actions flow naturally. The discipline shows up, the consistency becomes easy, because you don't do things that go against who you believe you are. Let me give you an example. Think about someone who identifies as a healthy person. Do they struggle every day to go to the gym? No, they just go because that's who they are. Do they debate eating junk food every night? No. They choose the salad or the home-cooked meal because eating clean is part of their identity. It's not a fight. It's automatic. Now flip it. Someone who identifies as out of shape, someone who hates working out will always find a reason to skip the gym. They'll hit snooze. They'll say tomorrow, not because they lack willpower, because going to the gym would feel fake. It doesn't match who they think they are. So if you want 2026 to be the year everything changes, you have to stop trying to change your habits first and start changing your identity first. How do you do that? It's simple, but it's not easy. You have to start acting as if you're already the person you want to become. Let's say your 2026 self is confident, disciplined, focused, and crushing their goals every single day. Start asking yourself, how would that version of me think? What would they do in this moment? What decisions would they make? How would they respond to setbacks? When you wake up and feel like staying in bed, ask, would the 20 to 26 version of me hit snooze? No. So get up. When you're tempted to scroll on your phone instead of working on your project, ask, would the future me waste this hour? No. So close the app and get to work. Every single choice is a vote for the type of person you're becoming. And here's where it gets powerful. You don't have to feel like that person yet. You just have to act like them long enough until your brain catches up, because your brain doesn't know the difference between who you are and who you consistently act like you are. I want you to do something right now. Close your eyes for a second and picture December 31st, 2026 version of you. See them clearly. What do they look like? How do they carry themselves? What's their energy like? What have they accomplished? How do they talk to themselves when things get hard? Got it. That person isn't coming someday. That person is waiting for you to step into them right now. Every day you get to choose, am I going to keep reinforcing the old identity, or am I going to vote for the new one? Start speaking to yourself like that future version would. Stop saying, I'm trying to get disciplined. Say, I am a disciplined person. Stop saying, I'm working on being confident. Say, I am confident. Speak it. Believe it. Act from it. Write it down every morning. I am the type of person who fill in the blank with exactly who you're becoming. Read it out loud. Feel it. Because when you change your identity, you don't have to force change anymore. You just become the person who naturally does the things that create an unrecognizable life. This is the starting point. Everything else, your habits, your mindset, your environment, your action, it all flows so much easier when you've already decided who you are. So starting today, right now, who are you choosing to be? Because the person you decide to be today is the person you'll be looking at in the mirror 1 year from now. And trust me, that person is going to be absolutely unrecognizable. All right, now that you've started rewriting your identity, deciding who you're becoming, let's talk about the next piece that's going to make 2026 the year you look back and don't even recognize the old you. This one is huge because even when you decide you're a new person, there's still noise in your head trying to pull you back. That noise, it's your limiting beliefs. And if you want to become truly unrecognizable, you have to master your mindset by eliminating those beliefs that have been holding you back your entire life. Think about it. How many times have you wanted to go after something big, a better job, a healthier body, a deeper relationship, starting that business, and right when you're about to take the leap, a voice pops up? Who do you think you are? You're not smart enough. People like you don't get that. It's too late now. You've tried before and failed. What if you look stupid? That voice feels real. It feels like truth. But here's what I need you to understand. It's not truth. It's just an old story your brain made up to keep you safe. Your brain's number one job is survival, not happiness or growth. So anytime you try to step outside what's familiar, it freaks out and throws up every limiting belief it can find to pull you back into the comfort zone. And most people listen. They back down. They stay the same. They stay recognizable year after year. But not you. Not in 2026. This is the year you take control of that inner dialogue, you master your mindset. Because when you do, everything changes. Opportunities you never saw before start showing up. Risks that used to paralyze you become exciting. Setbacks don't crush you, they teach you. You start moving through life with a quiet confidence that makes people wonder what the hell happened to you. So how do you actually eliminate these limiting beliefs? First, you have to become aware of them. Most people walk around completely blind to the stories running their lives. They just feel stuck and don't know why. So starting today, pay attention. Every time you feel resistance, procrastination, doubt, fear, pause and ask, what am I believing right now that's making me feel this way? Maybe you're avoiding reaching out to someone because deep down you believe, I'm not interesting enough. Or you're not asking for the raise because I'm not valuable enough. Or you're not going to the gym because I've never been the fit person. Catch it. Write it down. Say it out loud. Because the second you shine a light on it, it starts losing power. Next, question it. Is this actually true? Like 100% true, no exceptions? Most of the time, the answer is no. You've probably done things in the past that prove the opposite. You've been brave before. You've succeeded before. You've learned before. So why would this time be any different? Challenge that belief like you're cross-examining it in court. Where did it come from? A parent? A teacher? An ex? A failure years ago? It's probably some outdated protection mechanism that doesn't serve you anymore. Then replace it. You don't just remove a belief. You have to put something better in its place. Turn I'm not good enough into I am enough exactly as I am, and I'm getting better every day. Turn it's too late into it's the perfect time because I'm ready now. Turn I always fail into every attempt teaches me and brings me closer. Say the new belief out loud. Write it down every morning. Feel it in your body, and here's the game. Change or use evidence. Your brain loves proof. So start collecting small wins that support the new belief. Applied for that job even you felt underqualified. That's evidence you're courageous. Stuck to your workout 3 days in a row. Evidence you're disciplined. Had that hard conversation. Evidence you're growing. Stack those wins no matter how small and remind yourself of them daily. Over time, the new belief becomes the default. Do this consistently through journaling, affirmations, meditation, whatever works for you. And by mid-2026, you'll catch yourself thinking thoughts that the old you would never have believed possible. You'll walk into rooms with real confidence. You'll take action faster. You'll bounce back quicker. People will ask, what's different about you? And you'll know you finally stopped letting old stories run the show. Mastering your mindset isn't a one-time thing, it's daily work. But it's the highest ROI work you'll ever do. Because when your mind is on your side, nothing can stop you. So starting right now, commit every time a limiting belief shows up, you're going to catch it, question it, and replace it. Because the version of you waiting on the other side of this work, they don't just think differently, they live differently. And that's exactly who you're becoming in 2026. All right, you've rewritten your identity. You've decided who you're becoming. You've started mastering your mindset by catching and replacing those limiting beliefs that used to run the show. Now it's time for the part that turns all of that inner work into real, visible, undeniable results. This is where most people get it backwards. They think massive transformation comes from massive motivation, huge leaps, or waiting for the perfect moment. But the truth is, the unrecognizable version of you in 2026 is built one small, consistent day at a time. It's built through unbreakable habits. See, motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. One day you're fired up after listening to a podcast or watching a video like this, and the next day life hits and you're back on the couch. That's why relying on motivation keeps you stuck in the same loop year after year. But habits don't care how you feel. They don't need hype. They just need repetition. And when you stack the right habits day after day, they compound into a life you barely recognize. Think about it like this. Every single day in 2026, you have 365 opportunities to vote for the person you're becoming. Each choice, waking up early or hitting snooze, working on your goals, or scrolling, eating clean or grabbing junk, is a vote. Most people cast random votes and wonder why they end up with random results. But the unrecognizable you, they cast the same winning votes every single day until it's automatic. The secret is to stop chasing big changes and start building small, non-negotiable daily actions that compound like crazy over time. So let's get practical. What habits am I talking about? The ones that touch every area of your life, your body, your mind, your productivity, your energy. Start with your morning. The 2026 version of you doesn't stumble out of bed reacting to the day. They own the day from the first minute. So make waking up early non-negotiable, not when you feel like it, every day. Set the alarm, put it across the room, and get up. No negotiation. Then move your body. Doesn't have to be a 2-hour gym session. 10 minutes of stretching, a walk, push-ups, something to tell your brain, we're alive and we're taking care of this body. Next, feed your mind. Read 10 pages of a good book. Listen to something that lifts you up. Journal for 5 minutes what you're grateful for, who you're becoming, what you're going to crush today. These small actions rewire your brain and set the tone. Then plan your day. The unrecognizable you doesn't wing it. They know exactly what matters most. Write down your top 3 priorities, not 20 things, 3, and attack them first before the world pulls you in a million directions. Throughout the day, protect your energy. Drink water. Eat food that fuels you, not food that drains you. Take short breaks to breathe or walk. Say no to distractions that don't serve the future you. And at night, wind down intentionally. No phone in bed. Reflect on what went well, what you learned, and how tomorrow will be even better. These aren't sexy. They're not complicated. But that's the point. Anyone can do them. Most people just don't. And that's exactly why doing them consistently will separate you from 99% of people by the end of 2026. Start small if you have to. Pick 3 habits. Make them stupidly easy at first so you can't fail. Want to read? Commit to 1 page. Want to work out? Commit to putting on your shoes and doing 5 push-ups. Want to eat better? Commit to 1 healthy meal. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Once it's a streak, you raise the bar. Track it. Use a habit tracker, a calendar. Mark an X every day you do it. There's something powerful about seeing that chain grow. You won't want to break it. And when you miss a day, don't beat yourself up. Just get back on track the next day. Because progress isn't linear, it's about who shows up most days. Do this for 12 months. Let these small actions compound. And I promise you, by December 2026, your energy will be different. Your body will be different. Your confidence, your productivity, your results, everything. You won't need motivation anymore because discipline will have taken over. This is how real transformation happens, not in a weekend seminar or 30-day challenge, but in the quiet consistency of daily choices. So starting today, pick your non-negotiables. Commit to them like your future depends on it, because it does. Because the habits you build this year are the foundation of the unrecognizable life waiting for you in 2026. All right, you've got the identity locked in, you know who you're becoming. You're mastering your mindset, shutting down those limiting beliefs every day. You're building unbreakable habits that are already starting to compound. But here's the thing, even with all of that inner work firing on all cylinders, if your environment and the people around you are pulling you backward, you're fighting an uphill battle. That's why the next step to becoming truly unrecognizable in 2026 is upgrading your environment and your circle. You have to surround yourself with elevation. You've heard it before, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But it's not just people, it's everything. The places you live and work, the content you consume, the conversations you have, the energy you allow in your space. All of it shapes you more than you realize. Your brain is constantly taking cues from what's around you and adjusting who you think you can be, what you think is normal, and how big you're allowed to dream. If you're surrounded by negativity, complaint, gossip, small thinking, and people who've settled, guess what? Your brain starts to accept that as normal. You lower your standards without even noticing. You play small. You stay comfortable. And comfortable is the enemy of unrecognizable. But when you intentionally design an environment that pulls you forward, people who inspire you, challenge you, celebrate your wins, hold you accountable, spaces that energize you, content that expands your mind, something magical happens. Growth becomes the path of least resistance. Big goals feel normal. Discipline feels easier. You start rising to the level of what's around you instead of sinking to it. So let's make this real. First, audit your circle. Look at the people closest to you, friends, family, coworkers, the ones you talk to most. Ask honestly, do they lift me up or drain me? Do they believe in me more than I believe in myself sometimes? Do they push me to be better, or do they pull me back to the old version of me? Are our conversations about growth, ideas, dreams, or mostly drama, problems, and complaining? You don't have to cut everyone out dramatically, but you do have to be intentional. Start spending less time with the energy drainers and more time with the elevators. Seek out new people. Join communities, masterminds, online groups, gyms, events where high achievers hang out. Find mentors, even if it's just following them online at first. Listen to their podcasts, read their books, study how they think. Put yourself in rooms where the standard is higher than yours right now. Next, upgrade your physical environment. Your space affects your mindset more than you think. Clean and declutter. Make it a place that the 2026 version of you would be proud of. Put up vision boards, quotes, reminders of who you're becoming. Make your bedroom a sleep sanctuary. No phone, no TV. Make your workspace inspiring and distraction-free. Then look at your digital environment. Your phone is your closest companion. Treat it like it's shaping your future, because it is. Unfollow accounts that make you feel less than. Follow people who motivate you, teach you, show you what's possible. Curate your feed so every scroll moves you forward, not backward. Delete apps that waste your time. Set boundaries on notifications. Protect your energy like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. Say no to invitations that don't align with your future. Say yes to things that scare you a little because they'll grow you. Fill your ears with content that expands your mind on commutes, workouts, downtime. Turn your car into a university. When you do this, something shifts. The people and places around you start reinforcing the new identity you're building instead of fighting it. Habits stick easier. Mindset stays stronger. You get pulled toward greatness instead of having to push so hard. It might feel uncomfortable at first. You might feel guilty distancing from old friends. You might miss the easy familiarity. But remember, this isn't about being selfish. It's about becoming the best version of you so you can show up bigger for everyone in your life. And here's the beautiful part: when you elevate yourself, you give others permission to do the same. Some of your old circle might rise with you. Others might drift away naturally. Either way, you win. So starting today, commit to the audit, be ruthless, be intentional. Design every part of your environment to support the unrecognizable you. Because when your surroundings are pulling you up instead of holding you back, 2026 won't just be another year, it'll be the year you finally break through. All right, we've covered the foundation, rewriting your identity so you're operating as the future you right now, mastering your mindset to shut down the old limiting beliefs, building those unbreakable habits that compound daily, upgrading your environment and circle so everything around you is pulling you forward. You're already on a different trajectory than most people. But here's where it all comes together, where the inner work turns into real-world results that make you truly unrecognizable in 2026. The final piece: taking massive action and embracing discomfort. Because growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone, it happens out there where it's messy, scary, and uncertain. Listen, knowledge is everywhere now. Podcasts, books, videos, courses, you can learn anything. But knowledge without action is just entertainment. It feels good in the moment, but it doesn't change your life. Most people consume inspiration, not along. Say, that's powerful. and then go right back to the same routines. They stay stuck because they're waiting to feel ready, waiting for the perfect plan, waiting until fear goes away. But here's the truth I need you to hear. You will never feel fully ready. Fear doesn't disappear, it gets managed. And the only way to manage it is to move through it. The unrecognizable you in 2026 isn't the person who thought about starting the business or dreamed about getting in shape or talked about writing the book. They're the person who did it, who took the imperfect action, who shipped the work even when it wasn't perfect, who had the tough conversations, who put themselves out there and risked looking stupid, failing publicly, or being rejected. That version of you thrives in discomfort because they know that's where the magic lies. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you reinforce the old identity. Every time you choose discomfort on purpose, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more. You build unbreakable confidence. Not the fake rah-rah kind, the quiet kind that comes from knowing you've done hard things before and you'll do them again. So how do you actually do this? First, stop waiting for motivation and start committing to action no matter what. Set deadlines that scare you. Make commitments you can't back out of. Tell people what you're doing. Invest money. Book the ticket. When you have skin in the game, you move. Second, break everything down into the next smallest step and do that today. Want to start a business? Don't wait until you have the full plan. Just register the domain or message one potential client today. Want to get fit? Don't wait for January 1st. Go for a walk right after this. Want to learn a skill? Spend 15 minutes on it now. Momentum comes from action, not thought. Third, get comfortable being uncomfortable. Lean into it. When you feel the resistance, the tightness in your chest, the excuses bubbling up, that's the signal you're on the right track. Say to yourself, this is what growth feels like. Breathe through it and take the step anyway. The more you do this, the less power discomfort has over you. Expect setbacks. They're not optional, they're guaranteed. But the unrecognizable you doesn't quit when it gets hard. They use failure as feedback. They ask, what did this teach me? How do I adjust and keep going? Because quitting is the only real failure. Everything else is just data. Do this consistently, take bold action, embrace the suck, learn from the falls, and by mid-2026, you'll have a trail of evidence behind you. Projects launched, goals crushed, risks taken, fears faced. You'll look back and realize the person who started this year wouldn't even recognize the one living this life now. This is the part most people skip. They do the inner work, feel better, but never push it into the real world. Don't be most people. Starting today, commit to one uncomfortable action, just one. Send the message, post the content, make the ask, sign up for the thing, do it scared. Because every time you take massive action and step into discomfort, you're not just moving toward your goals, you're becoming the person who achieves them effortlessly. And when you live like this for the next 12 months, December 31st, 2026 won't just be the end of a year. It'll be the day you look in the mirror and finally meet the unrecognizable, unstoppable version of you that's been waiting all along. All right, let's bring this all together. You started this speech with me asking you to imagine looking in the mirror on December 31st, 2026 and barely recognizing the person staring back. Not because of some superficial change, because you've become someone stronger, clearer, more disciplined, more confident, more alive, someone who finally stopped settling and started showing up as the version of themselves they always knew was possible. And now you know exactly how to get there. You rewrite your identity first, so every action flows from who you've decided to be. You master your mindset, catching and replacing every limiting belief that tries to pull you back. You build unbreakable habits, the small daily votes that compound into massive transformation. You upgrade your environment and your circle so everything around you is elevating you instead of holding you down. And you take massive action embracing discomfort because that's where real growth, real results, and real confidence are forged. This isn't complicated. It's not about having more time, more money, or more talent than anyone else. It's about deciding right now that 2026 is your year, that you're done with the excuses, the half starts, the someday mentality. That's starting today. You're all in on becoming unrecognizable. So I want you to make a promise to yourself right here, right now. Promise that you're going to show up every single day for the person you're becoming. Promise that when it gets hard, and it will, you're going to keep going anyway. Promise that 12 months from now, you're going to look back at this moment and thank yourself for not quitting, for not playing small, for choosing to go all in. Because when you do this, when you commit to these 5 steps and live them every day, I promise you, the results will blow your mind. You will become healthier, wealthier, happier, more purposeful, more proud of who you see in the mirror than ever before. You will become absolutely, completely, beautifully unrecognizable, and the world is going to notice. So go out there and start today. The 2026 version of you is waiting, and they're ready to take over. Let's make it happen. Thank you.